Hello, internet. I've never done this before. I was here. I have some few quiet moments. Had my computer, and I was like, "Well, I haven't done an update in a while, so let's try this whole lives thing." Um, so it has been a while since I've done an update with my surgery. We've had a little situation going on here in the world that's kind of thrown everybody for a loop. Um, I have been home doing quarantine now for several weeks and everything. And I hope y'all are doing that too. I hope everybody's staying safe, um, washing your hands and, trying to stay isolated as best as you can without going crazy. Um, we've been doing that at our house. And interestingly enough, I mean, I was kind of in quarantine the month before all of this started. So if anybody is here. Obviously, this will post, and you all can watch it later. But yeah, so I had you can see I had my ACDF surgery, single level 6-7, the beginning of February. So basically, from February, the month of February, I was home on restriction and not doing anything, as it were, and then had about a week where I was driving and back to normal, and then we had pandemic hit here in the United States. So we've been home, barely going anywhere since second week of March, um, which has kind of made things interesting in recovery mode because I have two children. I have a 4-year-old and I have an almost 7-month-old. Um, she was what, like 5 months when I had surgery. If that's about right. I'm at 11 weeks post-op yesterday. So anyway, I thought I'd do an update. It has been a while. Might as well do it on live, just record it and get it out there. So my recovery, as far as the ACDF, I am so thankful that I was able to just get in and deal with this surgery when I did it. I started having symptoms, bad symptoms on Christmas of 2019, like Christmas Eve, literally. And then I know I'm not looking the cutest today. Whoa, but it is what it is. um, Christmas got into my neurosurgeon, and they had an opening 2 weeks later. And I did not want. I was like, oh, I do not want to go through another surgery. That is not great. But my husband's, he was encouraging me to kind of get it over with. Let's get this going. Let's get the recovery started. Let's move on with our lives. And while that was super nerve wracking to me because I didn't feel like I had enough time to like prepare and mentally like get ready, I'm so glad that we got this in and out. And I had a month to recover before I had to be dealing with all the next wave of all this stuff. So for now, for me, I mean, I feel great. Like I still, because I have been kind of the primary caregiver at home, I had a month of no lifting, no nothing, and then basically was thrown back into parenting full time and doing a lot of the overnight stuff because my husband is still working. Um, and so I think that has kind of aggravated my back, not even really my neck. It's kind of, I feel more pain down in my neck. I think maybe from weakness from not doing a whole lot for a while and having pain and just restriction back there. So I've been starting in the last week or so to notice that's catching up with me. My my scapula and rhomboids and things like that I think are um, weak and therefore kind of causing me some pain. I hope it's not my actual spine, but that'll be for another time to determine. I have been to the doctor once. I don't think I've talked about that yet on my here on YouTube. I had one follow-up appointment, um, and that was at a month, 4 weeks. Took x-rays, but there really wasn't a whole lot to see. I might be able to put it up here from my phone to the screen. um, Everything was still in alignment, screws were in place. All of that was kind of the main point of that appointment. There wasn't going to be any growth, any bone growth yet because it had only been 4 weeks. She said that usually by 3 months they can see a little bit of like bone growth starting to come together, but that I don't even remember what she said now. It would be 6 to 9 months before they were really going to notice if anything was happening. So here, I don't know if you can see this. This is my x-ray. So you can see my two artificial discs that I had done 2 years ago. And then this is my my fusion plate. So there's really nothing happening there. Um, Hopefully that's somewhat in focus. Um, but so yeah, that is my neck right now. So I have all kinds of metal going on in there. I don't have a great curve. I didn't have a great curve before. Um, but we'll see how things are going as we progress. But anyway, there's still a big space in there, but the screws look fine and the space is big and all that is important. So that is what I look like right now. We will see. I go back not next week, but the following week for my 3-month follow up. Um, so I'll get another set of x-rays then. A little anxious to have to go out in the world and go to a doctor's office right now. I'm not exactly sure what the protocol will be. I know that I live in Indiana and I know that they just started redoing elective surgeries, which this would have been considered elective surgery, um, like this week. So, or maybe they're going to. I don't think it's started yet. Anyway, it's like in transition right now. So I'm really lucky that I didn't have to live with this pain and this problem in my neck even longer because the surgeries were being postponed and canceled and things like that. I got in kind of like right under the radar, right before everything kind of went south. So I'm lucky that I'm kind of out of the woods in that respect. I'm trying to be good. It's really hard to parent and everything when you're in this pandemic situation, when you're isolated, when you can't ask for grandparent help. But man, there was a month where I couldn't lift my child, and we were having grandparents come in all the time, and that's just not something you're allowed really to do right now. Um, so yeah, so I'm so thankful that kind of we got through that first month, and now things are a little bit different. But anyway, I mean, overall, I feel pretty good. I have started to get a little bit of pain and soreness in my back again. I think from just as how much I'm bending over and probably lifting more than I should be as far as like restrictions go, but I kind of don't have a choice at this point. Um, but I'll and I haven't needed any pain medicine like forever, for a long time. I have thought about probably maybe trying some ice just here in the last week or so. I keep forgetting to like do it and just sit down and rest, but I need to, work on my posture and things like that. But yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Like the arm pain is gone. I don't have any real numbness in my hands. Um every now and then I will get some twinges of maybe like an ache that kind of lasts a little bit longer than I think it should. That reminds me of my nerve pain from before, but I mean that could be a nerve kind of coming back online. That could just be a unrelated pain. I don't know. I will still get like twitches in my. I mean, I'll get them in my traps. My traps, um, and I'll get them in my fingers. Yeah, things like that. I'll get them on like in my side even, like, I don't know, like sometimes that's unrelated. Your eyelid can twitch and that's not related to your spine. So, um, triceps, that's what I was trying to say. Um, so yeah, I'll get a few things, twinges of pain here and there, but I feel like the surgery worked and I don't have a collar. I don't have any. I'm basically feel like I'm doing 100% back to normal. I feel better after this surgery than I did after my 2 disc replacements because I think I always had this third level that needed to be solved, and now it is. So it's now up to me to stick with my posture and my exercises, which I don't have actual exercises at the moment, but I did go to therapy before because I was still having this pain, which I think was related to this third level. But we were doing a lot of like shoulder retractions and upper body strengthening and things like that. So I can kind of focus on that, trying to keep my posture and my head up straight, which is hard when you're holding a baby and when you're just tired and whatever. So um, trying to keep my posture good. The thing that is the hardest is probably sleeping. It always has been. I'll sometimes get in a weird position sleeping and have to, you know, adjust that or find a new pillow or things like that so that I'm not crunching and doing all that kind of stuff. But anyway, as far as me for having an ACDF just a couple of months ago, I almost forget that I've had it, honestly. Like, I don't feel much. Sometimes I'll get some aches and pains and little reminders, but I don't feel like, um I feel like I'm back to normal for the most part. There's always a little bit of things are different, but my voice is good. My eating is good. I mean, it's been fine for a while. I would say for the first month, it was definitely noticeable. I had kind of that lump and have to clear my throat and some things like that. And then for the following month, I would only notice some pain and strain in the front of my neck when I bent over, like to grab something off the floor or to like unload the dishwasher or something like that. Like I would notice a strain from like my muscles holding my head up. Um, but for right now, knock on wood, like I feel like things are pretty good. Um, I don't notice any trouble with my eating. I mean, it's almost like I've forgotten about this surgery, to be honest, which I maybe is a bad thing because I need to be more careful and my restrictions and things like that. I think I was told that I could lift up to 20 pounds safely and to keep things near my body as opposed to like out in front where the leverage is different. And I try to do that still. My daughter is not 20 pounds yet, so that's within my limits. And I ask for help if I have heavier things to manage. But it's been kind of hard to follow those rules. So I hope everybody who's out there who's thinking about this surgery or who needs it is able to get it. I hope that you can do it safely. Um, I hope if you've already had it that you're recovering well. I know that I had people ask for an update, so this is it. This is kind of my update at this point. It's end of April 2020. So I had my two-level disc replacement 2 years ago, and now I am recovering from an ACDF, a fusion. So I still am mostly just relying on that plate and those screws right now because I don't have any bone growth. Like there's no fusion happening yet. We'll see what my next x-ray looks like and we'll update from there. Hopefully this live worked. I've never done this before, so we'll see. But I'm doing live from the, playroom at our house. But anyway, I hope this helped give you some updates of how I've been doing. Um, I mean, it's been such a whirlwind that it's hard to even remember how I felt at certain times, but I definitely feel better. I definitely have improvement. I don't feel like I have lost pain, lost function or have any more pain. I feel like things are definitely getting better. So yeah, hopefully that helps answer any questions. If you have more questions, just leave them in the comments and I will try to get to those. But yeah, so that is my update for now. I will try to check back after my next appointment in a couple of weeks and kind of see how we go from there. But anyway, thanks for watching.